I don't know about you, but whenever I find great clearance baits from name brands that I recognize, and they're 60% off, 70% off, 80% off, or more, and when you take them out to the water, they catch fish after fish after fish, well, you know, I got to tell you all about them. Stick around. Was every time we went by there, you would catch a fish out from underneath that oh, what time? Oh! And he came up and smoked it. Welcome back to Lowbrow Fishing. And I don't know about you, but when the wife is doing her thing in the grocery part of Walmart, I've got to head back to the fishing section while she's shopping around. Sometimes I spend $200, sometimes I don't spend anything. But the point is while she's grabbing the groceries, I've got to check everything out, make sure I don't have it or that I need it. And last time I was there was the yearly clearance section where they get rid of all the old fishing products and restock it with the new for the year. And there were some great baits. And you can see here, some of these things were absurdly cheap. I saw baits that were marked anywhere from 60% off up to 90% off. They had some great rod and reel combos. Well, I didn't get any of those. I did get some great terminal tackle and some amazing plastics and hard baits, such as these for $1.50. These were $1.50, and you guys know how much I love these missile bait D-bombs. They're great on a Mojo rig. They're great for flipping. They're great as a trailer. And Yamamoto Senkos, right? $1.50 a bag. Now, I don't use Senkos. I use Yum Dingers and other brands, but even I had to pick up a bunch of these for $1.50 a bag. And whenever you see something like this, right? This string is normally $17 just for 150 yards. I don't even use this stuff. I use a different brand, which we'll be talking about soon. But for that price, I had to pick up some. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'll probably find some kind of use as a leader or as a backing braid or whatever. But I could not turn that down. Now, before I show you the star of the show, if you like bass fishing content that tries to be inclusive, whether you're fishing from a boat or whether you're hoofing it from the bank, and always with budget at the forefront, because, hey, not everybody's got a lot of money to spend on fishing gear. That's why we're talking about budget and clearance tackle. Then click that subscribe button. This is the channel for you. And while you're down there, give this video a like. I would really appreciate it. So what's the star of the show? What bait that I get for dirt cheap that I'm so excited to show you about because of how many fish it caught? Well, this guy right here. It's a 6th Sense Speedwake. We've all seen these. We've seen them online at Tackle Warehouse, at Bass Pro. We've seen them in Academy, at Dick's, or wherever. And I see these in my local Walmart, which has a pretty good fishing section. And this is a shad burst color. It's got that nice little chrome, kind of a translucent color. And normally these run about $13.50, which is 6 cents. They tend to be pricier. But that's not what I paid for mine. That's what I paid for mine. $4 each. And they had them in an array of different colors. They had bone, they had black, they had the chrome, they had translucent. So I had to pick up a whole bunch of them. You know, I left a few for the next guy behind me, but quite honestly, it wasn't many. And the thing is, I'm so glad that I got these baits, because the very next day I went out to the water and I tied these things on and I put them to the test. And oh, brother, was I amazed. I'm talking almost instantly, those bass were tearing up these wake baits. And the wife was with me. She started fishing a jerkbait, but she saw me catch fish after fish after fish on these wake baits. So I had to tie one on for her, and then she started catching fish. You know, this guy right here, this is one of the ones that we tied on. We tried several different colors just to see if it was a color thing, if it was a bait thing, if it was a retrieve thing, because we were having so much success. I've got this on 40-pound braid, premium braid, and I'm going to be talking about this braid here very soon. I've had a lot of guys ask me what it is you're talking about, Lowbrow. You always talk about premium line. What is it you're talking about? Well, this is what I'm going to be talking about very soon. I'm going to be making a big announcement about this. I've got this on a 7-foot medium heavy rod and 40-pound braid to a 17-pound fluorocarbon leader. And that's what's been working great for me. I caught so many fish. As soon as I tied that bait on, I didn't take that rod and those baits out of my hand all day. Like, here's the very first fish I caught on the second or third cast. Oh, hush, baby swan. Baby swan. Got him.
Nice one.
Oh!
Quick release.
Quick release, it counts. Yada, yada, yada. Great fish. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go get another one. All right. A quick release. I got it to the boat, so I'm counting it. Maybe I played with it too much. Maybe I was a little bit crazy setting the hook. These wake baits, I'm fishing them a certain way. I'm making sure that I'm going pretty slow. And we had a lot of wind. But I don't want to fish them too fast because then they'll go all the way down under the surface. And I kind of want to keep them up just a little bit so when that they're doing that wiggling action, we're getting the actual wake. And like I said, we had a good bit of wind. You could see that in the video. But that fish was far from the only fish that I caught. My wife, who was fishing a jerkbait at the time, she saw that I caught that fish, and not long after, I followed it up with this nice fish. Got him. Goodness gracious, I'm going to tie that other one for you. That's a bigger fish. Oh, that's a bigger fish. That's a nice fish. Come on, buddy. I'm going to ski you back in here so you don't have a... Oh, look at that. Yeah, they're hitting the wake bait. I like that 6 cents wake bait. I like that thing a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wasn't going anywhere. He got the lipstick on. Look at that. Yep. All right, let's see if I can't get you free without endangering my own person. 1 3/4 pounds. Get up here where everybody can see it. Beautiful, beautiful bass. Gorgeous. Starting to get tummied up. Nice, good dark color. Getting that good old red lipstick. Look at the redness down in the back of the throat. You see that? Mm-hmm. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Thank you so much. And there he goes. All right, I'm going to tie it on, the other one on for you. So 15 minutes in, maybe not even that long, and I've already got a few fish on the board. So the wife says, all right, I'm putting the jerkbait down. Tie on one of those for me. And that's exactly what I did. But as I said earlier, we did different colors. She did darker colors, I did lighter colors, and then we would switch it around. We wanted to see if it was the bait, if it was the color, if it was the action, if it was the retrieve. And we had plenty of them, like I said. I got more than one. I got a whole bunch of these. These are not the only ones that I got. I mean, seriously, for $4. Seriously, you don't think that I'm going to pick up every one that I probably could. But so we had the luxury of being able to try different lures, different retrieves, different colors, and we moved around the water. The good thing about the wind being a little bit more brisk is it allowed us to be pushed along with that current. The wind was coming out of the south, so I didn't have to do the trolling motor. I didn't have to do the little big motor. I didn't have to do any of that. All I had to do was pull up to a spot and let the wind drift us through. And we tore them up, fish after fish. And not just me. My wife was able to get in on the fun too. I guess we're still getting pushed over into that bank. You got him. You got him. On the wake bait though. That's not bad. What are you talking about? That's not a little one. Swing it, swing it. There we go. I got him.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Take your pole.
Yes, please.
So you don't lose it at least.
Mama doing damage on the wake bait. Mama's first topwater fish, 2025. And they went, he T-boned it. Look at that.
That's good.
Oh yeah, pound and a half easy. Pound and a quarter, pound and a half. Trade you. There we go. Beautiful bass. Beautiful bass. Awesome. Oop, and there he went. All right. Let's go get some more. So even the wife was getting in on the action, catching some nice fish. And I'm not a huge wake bait guy, but you know what? These things are magic. I like spooks, I like frogs, I like boy howdies, I like buzzbaits, but a lot of guys like to fish a good old wake bait, especially something like a bomber long A during the fall. Shout out to my buddy Hank. If you've seen his video on them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I wanted to try these. These are a little bit bigger in size. This is a 7/8 ounce. I believe it's 4 inches long. I'm using it on a medium heavy. I didn't have any problem with that. Well, because this rod, this Duckett rod that I was using it on is rated up to 1 ounce. So I didn't have any problems using that bait, a larger bait, a heavier bait on this rod. But if you're going to use it on a medium heavy or whatever rod that you're using it on, make sure that you check what that rod is weighted for, because otherwise you can break or splinter, especially a glass rod. You can splinter it and you've just ruined a pretty good rod. So check that out first. But as I said, we tried these all day. We swapped back and forth between the colors and we kept getting bites. We had a lot of wind. It didn't seem to affect the bass any, didn't seem to affect the topwater bite any. Those bass were ready to come up and slurp it. I even had one come up right to the boat. I was not even paying attention. I was talking to the wife and, well, I had a bass come out of nowhere and just slurp it up. Because that right there is Sunglasses Cove, that second pocket.
Okay.
And you see right as it goes into it, you see that brush pile is where you caught all your fish, that corner right there. Was every time we went by there, you would you would catch a fish out from underneath that well, what time? Oh! And he came up and smoked it. Look at that.
That's a good one.
That's a good fish right there. He came up, he was following it in. He followed it in and come up and smoked it. Well, I guess we know why them fellas was back here, huh? Boy, look at the lipstick on that one.
Oh yeah. Does that mean it's a female?
Well, they're back in this pocket. They're back in this pocket. They're getting ready to spawn. It's awful skinny. But that's pushing 2 pounds, not quite 2 pounds. Beautiful fish, gorgeous fish. I got to do the things here. Nice, beautiful fish. Between 1.5 pounds and 1.75 pounds. A little bit on the skinny side, but a good little fish. Thank you, dude. And there he goes. All right, let's keep fishing that wake bait. So a great bass, another great bass. It was a tremendously successful day. I can't recommend these things enough, especially for that price. If you see them at your local Walmart, by all means, go get some. Get as many as you can. Try all the different colors. You know, I picked up 4 colors. I got the bone, I got this one, which is Spanish bone, and then I have this one, which is called Shad Burst. So the writing is very tiny. And this one here, which, well, it's obviously black. It's got a really great eye, a little bit of blue on it. But don't pay attention to when you're picking out the colors, like this guy right here. This has got that really nice green on the back of it. The fish will never see that. This is a top water bait. It goes in the top part of the water column. The bass are not above it. They will never see that. So, and that's another little tip. Whenever you're picking a top water bait, anything from like mid to 2/3 of the way up, don't worry about the color after that because the bass will never see it. But I really like these 6 cents wake baits. And you know, I'm going to be tying these things on a lot. They're going to get one heck of a workout, not just in the pre-spawn, but in the spawn and through into the early spring. And we're going to see just exactly what kind of work they can do for me. So there you have it. I struck gold at the local Walmart clearance section. Check your local Walmart to see if they have something similar, because these baits, I never even considered getting them before. I've seen them on the hooks, but I never even thought about buying them simply because I don't feel like paying $13.50 for a hunk of plastic. But I'm glad that I did. $4, more than worth the price. Thanks for watching Lowbrow Fishing. We'll catch you in the next one.